Because why would someone pretend to be an addict if he's not? Unless he's got something a hell of a lot worse to hide.
Back the fuck off.
Two divers were conducting an inspection underwater. They accidentally discovered a black bag. When they opened the bag, they found it was full of body parts. They were immediately scared out of their minds. They also discovered countless black bags like this around the area. This news quickly alarmed the Miami police. At this moment, my sister and I were watching the live TV broadcast.
There's bodies in those bags. Did you hear that? 30 bags. Do you know what that means? It means there might be a new mass murderer out there, way worse than the ice truck killer.
At this moment, my sister didn't know that I was actually that serial killer. The next day, the government brought in the top FBI agent Landy to investigate this case. I had learned about this guy before. He had never encountered a case he couldn't solve. The police chief ordered all of us to immediately gather in the conference room for an emergency meeting. At the meeting, what Landy said made me very scared.
There is no such thing as the perfect crime. Not in my experience, anyway.
To prevent them from discovering my secret, I decided to secretly destroy those recovered body parts. Late at night, I sneaked into the morgue. I kicked and broke the air conditioning pipe. The next morning, the morgue was filled with an extremely disgusting, rotten smell. Because the temperature last night was extremely hot, all these body parts had completely decomposed and stunk. I thought no one would ever discover my secret, but something unexpected happened. I suddenly found my colleague, motherfucking Dokes, showed up in my lab. This guy had been secretly following and investigating me lately. He fucking suspected that I was that serial killer.
Because why would someone pretend to be an addict if he's not? Unless he's got something a hell of a lot worse to hide.
Back the fuck off.
I felt this motherfucker was about to discover my secret soon. However, something even more terrifying happened. Landy called an emergency meeting. Based on the clues he had gathered, he believed that the serial killer was very likely someone inside the police department. When I heard this news, I was instantly scared out of my mind. However, the next morning, when I had just arrived at my lab, I found motherfucking Dokes had shown up in my office again.
Your past was a bigger mystery than fucking Jimmy Hoffa. I tried every avenue, legal and otherwise. But there ain't no paper trail on the early years of Dexter Morgan.
I own you.
I deliberately provoked him. Then I pretended to calmly walk out of the office. He fell for my trap. I pretended to be knocked down by him on the ground because he often deliberately gave me trouble. The chief temporarily fired him. He was escorted out of the police building by security. At night, something terrible happened. This crazy guy fucking actually sneaked into my house. He tried to find some evidence of my crimes. Eventually, he found a box in the air conditioning cabinet. The box was filled with microscope slides. Every time I took out a bad guy, I would keep a blood sample on a microscope slide.